o'clock in the afternoon, the most propitious time to make momentous public statements. No, I haven't fallen prey to the astrologers. A 4 o'clock announcement catches the early evening television news and first editions of the newspapers throughout the country. Well, here we go. Afternoon, Tim. Gentlemen, ladies, please sit down. Come and sit down, Tim. Some of you know already, I think, that it is with quite a little reluctance that I find myself standing here this afternoon. I am more used to serving my country behind the scenes. But since so many of my fellow countrymen have pledged their support for me, I would be very arrogant to spurn them. So, I accept nomination for the leadership of the Conservative Party. I have a great belief in the people of this country. I think they know the kind of government they want. A government that's firm and fair. A government that is not afraid to govern. I would like to see a bit less ideology and a bit more common sense. A bit more common humanity in our conduct of affairs here and abroad. As you were, thank you. Any comments, Tim?
Sounded fine to me. And you committed yourself to nothing.
Well, yes, quite.
Still, I think we'll need more than a few stirring speeches, don't you?
Yes. 6 days to the first ballot. Who are we up against?
Mackenzie, Earl, Woolton, Samuels, and 3 no-hopers. Bearsted, Llewellyn Jones-Rees, and Bogg.
Right. Mackenzie, health. No chance of getting him into a demo at a hospital, I suppose.
Doesn't go to hospitals anymore. Kept being beaten up by the nurses. I think he has trouble getting insured now.
Well, where does he go to have his photo taken?
Cybertech Laboratories tomorrow. They make wheelchairs.
A photo opportunity with wheelchairs. That sounds promising.
Nearly there, Minister.
Right.
You'll meet Mr. Fairchild, the managing director, and Dr. Sanita Brahmachari. That's the cybernetics engineer who designed the award-winning chair.
Indian, is he?
She is a British citizen, Minister, born in Coventry.
The chair's won what?
Brussels Gold Medal, Helsinki Design Award, and it's been adopted as the new standard in Sweden, Holland, Norway, and West Germany.
Not here.
Too expensive for us.
Right. Dr. Brahmachari, yes?
Yes, Mr. Mackenzie. Here we are.
What the hell's going on? Who let these people in? I'm not having this. Drive on. Drive on. Drive on to the next place.
I can't move it at the moment, I'm afraid, sir.
Damn you, get me out of here.
It's all right, sir. They can't get in.
Do as my General say. Sound the horn and back out of here.
I wouldn't advise it.
Do it, do it, do it! Oh.
He's dead.
Health Minister Mames cripple in hit-and-run incident.
Oh, dear. Poor man must have panicked. Right. Next.
Harold Earl.
You got anything on him?
There was a whiff of scandal about 10 years ago.
Rent boy in a train. To Red Hill, yes. Wanted to sell his story, but we bought it and hushed him up. Bit dreadfully ungentlemanly to bring that up again. And a man's private life should be a man's private life, surely.
On the other hand, getting sucked off for sixpence in a second-class compartment is hardly prime ministerial behaviour.
Well, yes, you have a point there.
Think we still have something in the file. Let's have a look.
Personal and family reasons. Shame.
His mother's in very poor health, I hear.
Woolton and Samuels?
Samuels is squeaky clean. He never seems to put a foot wrong. A lot of funny stories about Pat Walton, but nothing we can really use.
I've a lot of time for Patrick Walton. Mackenzie was a fool and Harold Earl was a security risk. They had to be stopped for the good of the country. If either Samuels or Walton emerges as a clear leader, I'll stand down. There's more to politics than personal ambition, Tim.
It's a feature article. Well, two, really. But you figure in both. Independent magazine are interested in downfall of the Prime Minister, and I've sold the Sunday Express colour mag an idea about, well, forgive me, it sounds a bit crude. MPs with sex appeal. Is that just too coarse and frivolous for you?
Well, I don't know, it's,
You've made your mark very quickly. Everyone agrees it was your question in the House that started the landslide. Clever as well as charismatic. The idea is, there are certain politicians who have that edge of authority and style, know how to seize the moment as it passes. And you certainly managed that.
just luck, I guess.
No, I think both of us know it was more than that. Good contacts, for one thing. Who tipped you off about the health service, Steve?
Come on, you know I couldn't tell you that.
No, of course you couldn't. But you could help me guess. It had to be either someone from in the cabinet or someone in Smith Square, yes? Now, you've got lots of friends, but none of them are in the Tory cabinet. But you used to work in PR for Glick and Featherstone. And so did one or two people in the party publicity office.
I think it's time to change the subject, Matty.
Yes, of course. You tell Roger his secret is safe with me. Mr. Urquhart! Mr. Urquhart, give me a second.
Barely. Busy day for me.
Yes, I know. First ballot in the voting tonight. I just wanted to wish you luck and ask you...
Carry on, I'll catch you up. Bad time, Matthew.
I have to see you. It isn't just personal.
Mrs. Urquhart is going down to the country tonight. Come late, after midnight, in a taxi. If there's a light over the door, drive on. No, that's all. No further statement.
Now, the result of the first ballot is as follows. Mr. Peter Bearsted, 7 votes. Mr. George Bogg, 1 vote. Right Honourable Maelgwyn Llewellyn Jones-Rees, 13 votes. Right Honourable Michael Samuels, 99 votes. Right Honourable Francis Urquhart, 91 votes. And the Right Honourable Patrick Walton, 91 votes. No clear winner having emerged, we move to the second ballot 1 week from today.
Come on, please, God. Francis, we're in trouble.
I'm not at all pleased with you, Matty. In fact, I ought to be very angry indeed.
Why? What's the matter? What have I done? Don't frown. I don't like it.
I think you know very well what you've done.
Talk to Kendrick.
Yes.
And Kendrick tipped O'Neill off.
So making my task much more difficult. I had hoped to take him by surprise, but he was ready for me.
I'm sorry.
You promised to leave everything to me. You broke your promise.
Yes, I'm sorry. It was stupid of me. I see that now.
It's not a disaster. It simply means I'll need rather longer than I thought I would to win his confidence. That's not important.
I feel so stupid.
What is important is that you mustn't put yourself in danger, Matty. Roger O'Neill isn't a dangerous man, but his master is.
Who is it? You know, don't you?
At the moment, we haven't more than a shred of evidence, but you might be able to hazard a guess.
Bilsborough. Lord Bilsborough plotting for Samuels.
You might very well think that, Matty. You might very well think that. But you mustn't take any more of these risks, Mattie. You mustn't place yourself in jeopardy. Will you promise me that?
Yes. Yes, I promise.
Good. Playing with the hopes and dreams of a daughter, now gentle, now hard, rebuking and rewarding, chastising and forgiving. The pleasures of a father of daughters. What greater power is there than that? Why should a man want more? Why should I yearn to be everybody's daddy?
Quite a nice set of reviews. The dreaded landless empire have gone for you in a cautious way, despite your public refusal to back his takeover. The Guardian still for Michael Samuels. They would be, wouldn't they? The Sun finds Patrick Walton most congenial.
So do a lot of our parliamentary colleagues.
You're not thinking of a get-together, are you? Walton and Urquhart in an anti-Samuels pact.
Not yet, Tim, not yet. Besides, I think we should leave it to Patrick to make the first move, eh? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry about this, but they know about the address in Praed Street. They've guessed about Kendrick. Look, Francis, you gotta help me. I can't take much more of it. It's not my line of... What are you doing? Francis, will you listen to me? I'm not gonna be a gentleman about this. If I go down, I'm going to spill the lot.
No one's going down. No one's going to spill anything. You're going to come out of this with a knighthood, Roger. A knighthood. No one has a shred of proof against you, whatever they think they know. And no reputable newspaper will print the paranoid fantasies that girl is spinning. She's well known throughout the business as a hysterical, troublemaking bimbo. Nothing to worry about, Roger. All right?
Oh, God, Francis. I'm not a well man. I'm not up to this.
Listen. Go home. Let your girl look after the office. Better still, go down to the coast for a couple of days. Then come to my country place for the weekend. We'll have a few jars, walk the dogs, and sew the whole thing up. I guarantee that come Sunday, you'll have nothing to worry about ever again. And that's a promise, Roger. All right?
All right, Francis. You're a good friend.
Bad news?
I'm afraid so. We should have to put up with the guest at the weekend. Not your favorite person.
Roger O'Neill, I presume.
He's in a bad way. Cracking up. Someone's been indiscreet and the press are onto him. It seems his young woman has been talking to my young woman.
I thought you said you had her under control.
She is under control. There is nothing to connect me with O'Neill, and no one knows he's coming down to see me.
He's become a bit of a pest, hasn't he?
Look, after this weekend, you'll have nothing to worry about.
And what brilliant event happens this weekend?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me. You haven't found someone else stupid enough to shack up with you.
No. It's business, Penny. Business!
This was the weekend we were going away.
Oh, God. Ah, Penny, what can I say?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore because you're no fun anymore. You used to be such a lovely man. Now all you want to do is lie around, do drugs, pass out and piss your pants. Well, I was born for better things, Rog. Cheers, then.
Penny, where are you going?
Just back to my own flat, of course, bollockhead. Now, listen, you can ring me if you want and I will talk to you. But if you want to see me again, you've got to get your stupid head straight, all right?
Ah, Penny, listen, please. Penny!
Those who wish to wear their social consciences will support Michael Samuels. Those whose politics are of the gut reaction, free market buccaneering style need to look no further than Patrick Walton. Those who can't make up their minds will have an obvious choice in Francis Urquhart.
That the Guardian? Not very charming about any of you.
No, but I've come out of it at least worse, Steph. At least they say I stand for something. No Tory MP wants to go back and face the local shark saying he voted with his social conscience or that he went for a non-entity. Francis Urquhart. Who's he? No, I went for Pat Walton. Bit of a rough diamond, but his heart's in the right place.
Oh, that's what they say, is it?
Stuff along those lines, yes.
What's this?
How the hell should I know? It's not a bomb or it would have gone off already.
Patrick Walton in Congress.
Are you sure? Not in conversation or at the European Congress?
No, there's nothing else with it.
Oh, bung it on. Let's see what it is.
Great. Splendid stuff. Oh, yes. Yes. Hang on. Can I move my arm? Oh, yes. 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 You're hurting. You'll love it, don't you? Love it. Yes. 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 Oh, yes. 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 And how is that for you then, Betty? Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Pat. Good. Good, because you know what? I gave my bloody all, didn't I? I gave my bloody all. Penny. Yeah.
Girl at the conference. You know how it is. These things happen. Sorry, Stephanie. God knows how she... I'd never have thought.
I do realize these things go on. After all, it was how you and I became acquainted. But you seem to have picked the wrong one this time, don't you? Go on, find out what your little whore wants. Buy her off, do whatever it takes.
Yes, of course, Stephanie.
But go on, then. Oh, and one more thing. You will let me know if I need an HIV test, won't you?
What was all that about, you little whore?
I don't know what you're talking.
Fine little bitch!
Oh! Don't you touch me again! Now, what are you talking about?
A tape purporting to be of you and me in Brighton on the job. My wife played it at the breakfast table. It must have bloody well been you who made it. It must have been you who sent it.
I wouldn't want anyone to know I'd been with you. I didn't enjoy it. I hate to think about it. I am not a whore. I don't blackmail people. I have all the money I need. I just wish I knew some people I could trust.
But if not you, who?
Hello. It's for you.
Walton.
Who's that?
No one you know. Let's say it's a government health warning. In your case, there's no such thing as safe sex. In your case.
The withdrawal method is the only viable alternative.
I'm sure you understand.
I've only a short statement to make, and I'm not prepared to answer any questions on it. As of this moment, I am withdrawing from the contest for the party leadership. I'm a practical man. I believe my friend Francis Urquhart has a better chance than I have of winning this election, and I'm not prepared to split the vote so that neither of us win. As of now, Francis Urquhart has my absolute support. And when he's Prime Minister, as I confidently expect he will be, I shall be proud to serve in his government. Thank you very much.
Why Urquhart? I didn't even know you liked him that much.
I don't like him. I can't stand the sod, as a matter of fact. No, it's because I don't want the other bastard to win. That, girl belongs to a chap in Central Office called O'Neill. O'Neill belongs to that evil old reptile, Teddy Billsborough.
Michael Samuel's his sponsor.
That's one way of putting it. Yes, old Teddy Billsborough. He's riding on Samuel's back and his scaly old arms around Samuel's throat like the old man of the sea. Yes, Samuel's belongs to Billsborough, O'Neill belongs to Billsborough, the girl belongs to O'Neill, so ultimately she belongs to Billsborough, whether she knows it or not.
What a charming world view you have, my darling. Everybody belongs to somebody. Everybody's somebody's property.
I reckon I was nobbled by Billsborough in aid of Samuel's, and one day I'll bloody prove it. Oh, and the other reason for backing Urquhart is he's the older man.
Old farts stick together.
Old farts die sooner. I'll be waiting in the wings. Don't you worry, I'll be back.
I'm not at all pleased with you, Mattie. In fact, I ought to be very angry indeed.
Why? What's the matter? What have I done? Don't frown. I don't like it.
I think you know perfectly well what you've done.
Talk to Kendrick.
Yes.
Kendrick tipped O'Neill off. What? How did you know?
You promised to leave everything to me. You broke your promise. Yes, I do understand between the two of us that Mr. O'Neill has a small cocaine problem.
What?
As Chief Whip, it's one's business to get to know these things. Of us that Mr. O'Neill has a small cocaine problem.
What?
As Chief Whip, it's one's business to get to know these things.
He owed someone a favor. Look, you have to believe me, Mattie. Roger wouldn't hurt a fly.
When he was already in the clinic, so somebody in this building
It would have to be.
made it look as if Charles Collingridge had been subscribing since January the 1st.
Can I say something in absolute confidence, Mattie, not even on lobby terms?
Yes. Yes, of course you can.
I've heard hints that the tabloids are going to mount a personal attack on the PM, a particularly nasty one. They're going to use his brother.
His brother?
Charles Collingridge. Don't you know him?
July the 28th. You heard hints. Where from?
You trust me, don't you, Mattie?
You know I do.
You trust me, don't you, Mattie?
You know I do.
You trust me, don't you, Mattie?
You know I do.
Roger, good man, you made it.
Francis, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Come on inside.
It's a beautiful place you've got here, Francis.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers.
Roger?
Yes. Barring accidents, we should be in 10 Downing Street by the end of the week. I've been thinking about what I shall need, but I thought we'd talk about what you wanted.
Well, as it happens, Francis, I've been thinking about that, too. What you need as well as what I want, I mean. And it struck me you could very well do with someone like me right there at number 10. Publicity specialist, personal press spokesman.
No, I don't think so. I've got that all sewn up. No, I'd like you to stay on at Smith Square on your present post, under a new chairman.
But that's nothing. That's nothing more than I'm doing now. You said you were going to take care of me. You promised me 8K, Francis.
And that would be no more than you deserve, but with the best will in the world, it may be difficult to deliver a knighthood in the short term.
Don't you bloody try to sell me short, you old bugger! After all I've done for you! Lied for you, stolen for you! Oh, God, I lost the best girl in the world for you! You try to leave me stranded in the shit, I'll drag you down with me till you're blinded and drowned.
Roger, my dear old friend, I'm only saying it may be difficult to get you into the New Year's honours list, but there's another one in the spring. I must say, Roger, I didn't expect to be abused in this way. You don't seem awfully well. I hope I'm going to be able to rely on you to be discreet.
Oh, Francis. What can I say? There's nothing I can say. But I'm sorry. I got hold of the wrong end of the stick entirely. I've been under a lot of strain with this business and penny going and... But for all that and everything, you can rely on me, Francis. I'll keep my mouth shut. Honest to God, I will.
Yes, Roger. I believe you will. Come on, let's have another drink.
She loved me, that girl, Francis. And I loved her. Love her. Love her. She's gone. She doesn't work for me anymore. She's gone to work for another man. She asked me would I blame her. How could I blame her? The things I asked her to do were never in her job description. They should never be in anybody's job description except the job description of a whore. Sometimes I think we must all be whores now. Here's to being a whore. Except she had to, really. It never was my turn to bite the pillow. She doesn't love me anymore. She doesn't love me anymore, and my poor heart hurts so bad. It really does hurt. Now, isn't that a funny thing? And no one to blame but myself. I mean, who would have thought I'd be where I am today? Did you dream of how your life would be, Francis? When you were a boy, with a boy's heart? I mean, is this what the good Lord meant for us?
If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not.
What?
Nothing.
I like whiskey. I sometimes wish I was an alcoholic. Life would be so simple. Getting hold of the other stuff is so tedious and time-consuming. It's a way of sodding life in itself. I wonder if it'll be any easier when I'm a knight. Sir Roger O'Neill. A 50-quid deal for Sir Roger O'Neill, and be quick about it, my good man. All I want is to be happy, you know that? And to have my lovely black girl in my bed again. Just for the cuddle. Just for the warmth. Now she's gone, I get so cold. Cold as stone. Right through to the bone.
This is an act of mercy. Truly, you know the man now. You can see he has nowhere to go. He's begging to be set free. He's had enough. And when he's finally at rest, then we'll be free to remember the real Roger. The burning boy in the green jersey. That legendary, fabulous sidestep. And the brave, terrified smile. An act of mercy.
You've been asleep for hours, Roger.
I'm sorry.
It's 6 o'clock.
Listen.
Listen, there's a change of plan. The BBC are coming to film some domestic footage. I had to agree. Can't let them find you here.
No,
I'm afraid you'll have to get going straight away. I left it as long as I dared before disturbing you.
Right.
Now, listen. Go straight back to your flat and stay there. I'll contact you in the morning.
Right. Look, Francis,
Now, listen, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine, Roger. Absolutely fine. Now, just a moment. There.
Just keep awake. Just keep straight. Done it before. Done it all. Been everywhere. Seen it all. Whew. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. That's better. That woke me up. Fine now. Ah, it's a dawdle. Easy for a clever boy like me. And who was top in arithmetic? Roger O'Neill, and him the youngest boy in the class. And who was selected as fly half for the All-Ireland under-14? Roger O'Neill, the laughing ghost. Ducking and weaving. Ducking and weaving. Oh, thank you, Jesus, in your mercy. Just this once. Because it can't be denied, it does you no good in the long run. Get through this weekend, then finish. Get my lovely girl back. Health farm. Shag. Ourselves. No. Take her to the West Coast. Galway. So beautiful there. See her eyes sparkle when she sees that sea, that sky. Ah, Jesus. Magic.
Yes, I have seen it, as a matter of fact. Well, I find it quite irresponsible. I should be very surprised if Michael Samuels was ever a member of the Communist Party or even a fellow traveler. And as for his CND and pro-gay stance, well, that was a long time ago, when he was an undergraduate at Cambridge, I understand. I think we should forgive a man a few youthful indiscretions. What, me? No. I was far too busy as a young lieutenant in the Scots Guards for anything of that sort.
So what do you make of it?
I don't know. Nothing seems to make sense anymore.
That file on Samuels was in central office. So, O'Neill again, I suppose.
I suppose. But O'Neill working for who? We thought it was O'Neill working for Billsborough on behalf of Samuels, but this is a smear on Samuels.
Billsborough playing a double game. Landless. Urquhart?
No.
No what?
Not Urquhart.
Why not?
Oh, it's hopeless. I don't know why I'm still working on it. I have no job. No one except the BBC will even use me as a freelance. I just keep thinking, 2 days more. I'll give it 2 days till the election. If I haven't got any further by then, I'll give up. The infuriating thing is, I feel as if I already have the answer somehow. I just can't see it for looking. Seven 798.
Matty, it's John.
Oh, John, hi.
Roger O'Neill's dead.
What?
It's just come in.
The Southampton police found him in a toilet on the M27 at about 4:30 this morning.
Drug-induced heart failure, apparently.
Sorry, looks like that's that.
God, I feel so bad about this. You see, I jacked him in. The job and him both. I couldn't go on with him like that. I thought if I left him, he could get himself straight. I know he can do it. I mean, God. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
He could be such fun, you know. He didn't give a bugger. He was such a wicked man.
Do you know what he was doing in Southampton?
He was supposed to be spending the weekend with someone. Wouldn't say who. I'd left him, and I was ringing him up 3 times a day just to make sure he was all right.
Do you know why he died?
What do you mean? He had heart failure or someone sold him some bad stuff. What does it matter now? He's dead, isn't he?
He was being used by someone. That's why he involved you. I think he was being blackmailed.
He wasn't the only one. I went with Pat Walton at the party conference. Someone made a tape of us and sent it to Pat.
God. Who?
Dunno. Pat thought it was me. Look, you don't really care about Roger at all, do you? You just want a good story to put in your paper.
No, I do care, Penny.
Well, I don't actually want to talk about this anymore. Roger's dead. And I don't actually care about anything else. So will you go away now, please, and leave me alone?
Urquhart?
No.
Then who?
Someone who had access to confidential information, not just party secrets, cabinet secrets. The Territorial Army leaks, and the hospital cuts, and the Mendocs all clear. You'd have to be on 3 different cabinet committees to know all those firsthand, and I've been through all that hundreds of times. The only person on all 3 committees was Collingridge, and he'd hardly know it himself, would he?
Let's try motive again. Who stood to gain from all the leaks and dirty tricks?
Anyone who wanted to get rid of Collingridge, anyone who wanted to be Prime Minister himself.
Oh, Mackenzie, Samuels, Bilsborough, Walton, Urquhart. Every one of those has been smeared, nobbled, or generally buggered up except Urquhart. The only snag is that Urquhart's not a cabinet minister at all.
He didn't have to be.
What?
He didn't have to be. He would have known about those things simply by being chief whip. Every government department has a whip attached to it. The junior whips report back weekly to the chief whip. The chief whip is informed in advance of anything that is likely to be politically sensitive.
The chief whip tends to know a lot of personal stuff about his colleagues, too.
Yes.
What do you know about Walton and that girl, do you think?
They met in Urquhart's suite. At Urquhart's party.
Jesus. Mattie, why the hell didn't you think of Urquhart sooner?
Because I couldn't bear to think it might be him, of course.
Why not, for Christ's sake?
Can't you guess? I'm having an affair with him.
Francis Urquhart? He's old enough to be your father.
What on earth do you think that matters? I'm in love with him. Penny, you know you met Patrick Walton at Francis Urquhart's party. Did anyone arrange that meeting?
Roger did. Look, did you come all this way just to make me start crying
No,
again, or what?
of course I didn't. Listen. Do you think Roger might have been acting for someone?
I know he was. He didn't say who, though.
Could it have been Francis Urquhart? Did he and Roger know each other well?
I don't think so. Roger was doing some work for him recently. Urquhart was angry with him, some sort of cock-up over computer files.
Penny, you know Urquhart has a country house.
Yes.
Do you know where it is?
I used to have the number. I used to have all the cabinet private numbers, but I handed the list in when I left. No, hang on. I could give you the code. It was my PIN number. 0703.
Say that again, please.
Lyndhurst 374284.
Is that Lyndhurst, Surrey?
No, it's Lyndhurst, Hampshire, and it's the middle of the bloody night down here. Hello?
John, the motorway services where Roger O'Neill was found.
What?
The motorway services where Roger O'Neill was found. It's only 8 miles away from Urquhart's country house.
Hi, Matty.
What's going on? It feels like Christmas or something.
Oh, just the Urquhart mob starting to celebrate early.
Already?
Yeah, looks like it's the year of the whip.
Have you seen him, Adrian?
Who, Urquhart? No, won't want to do any interviews till it's all official. You needn't have worried. Come and have a cup of tea.
No, there's someone I need to speak to. Thanks, Adrian.
I believe you're looking for Francis Urquhart.
Oh, yes, yes, I am. Thank you. You're one of the whips, aren't you?
Tim Stamper.
How do you do? I'm Matty Storin.
Lately of the Chronicle. Currently a charge upon the state.
Well, it's not quite...
We've spoken on the phone. I was wondering what you'd look like.
Look, I'm sorry, it is rather urgent. Could you tell me where Mr. Urquhart is?
What do you want to see him about?
It's personal.
Is it? Yes, I'm sure it is. You'll appreciate he has rather a heavy day today.
I'm sure he'll make time to see me.
Oh, I shouldn't be surprised at all. Roof garden.
Right.
He wanted a bit of time to himself. So you'd better be right about his eagerness to see you.
Thank you very much for your help.
Mattie. Little Mattie. Do you know, I was just thinking about you.
No, I don't think you were.
Indeed, I was. I was thinking that now the struggle seems to be over, I could do something to help you. Mattie, is there something the matter? Is there anything I can do? You're upset about something, aren't you? What is it, Mattie?
Tell me it isn't true.
What?
Tell me it isn't true.
Tell you what isn't true. I need to know what you're talking about, Mattie. I have many talents, but I'm not a mind reader.
But you're the one. That you were the one all the time. The one who put Collingridge and his brother in the frame. The one who leaked the embarrassing documents. The one who tried to have me frightened off. The one who killed Roger O'Neill. Tell me it isn't true. Tell me.
Mattie. Mattie. Look at me. Come on now. That's better. You trust me, don't you?
Did you? Did you kill Roger O'Neill?
Mattie, have you any idea at all how much this pains me? I feel for you very deeply. I can't bear to be the object of your suspicion. I trusted you, Mattie. Why couldn't you trust me?
I wanted to. I still want to.
Do you, Mattie?
I love you.
Tell me properly. Call me Daddy.
I love you, Daddy. I just want to know.
What?
Did you kill Roger O'Neill?
Yes.
How?
Rat poison. He had to be put down. It was an act of mercy. He's at peace now. Nothing more to fear. Mattie.
What?
Mattie.
What?
Can I trust you?
You know you can.
Oh, Mattie. It gives me such pain to say this. But I don't believe you. I don't believe I can trust you. Something made me turn round. I must have heard her. I had absolutely no chance of preventing her. Yes, I knew her slightly. She was a very talented young woman, but rather highly strung. She had interviewed me on several occasions. I understand she was very upset about losing her job as political correspondent to a national newspaper. Death is always sad. But the sudden and unexpected death of a young and talented person on the threshold of her career is especially upsetting.
Francis Urquhart commenting on the unfortunate death of a young journalist at the House of Commons earlier today. Mr. Urquhart is now understood to be en route to Buckingham Palace, where he will be invited by the Queen to form a government.
No, I have nothing to say. No. No. Don't you see? I had to do it. How could I have trusted her? You might very well think that. I could not possibly comment